morning. It's about 8:30 and we have just gotten underway on a beautiful day in which there is zero wind. So we're motoring for the moment, puttering along. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to check out an anchorage that we did not stay in, and I didn't stay in it for two reasons. One, it can be popular. More than once I've planned to go in this anchorage and found when I got there was a boat already there, and it's a small anchorage, only really room for one boat. And the second is I'm curious about how many lobster pots are in it. I saw at least one lobster boat go in to that area this morning. And that's another problem with this anchorage is it's lovely, but it has in the past been difficult to anchor without encroaching on a lobster pot. So I just wanted to take a look at that out of curiosity because, well, we have a short day planned for today, and by the shortest route it would only be like 11 miles. So we're gonna actually probably take a not direct path, and this is part of that indirectness, is checking out this anchorage. Well, as I suspected, that anchorage does have a number of lobster pot buoys floating around in it. I probably could have squeezed it in there all right. And it's not like there were zero lobster pots where I did stay. But still I kind of prefer where I was because it's shallow enough that probably no one else but me would try to anchor there. So we're currently motoring down the west coast of Haut, and we're going to check out a couple of anchorages that I've never stayed in and probably never will stay in. One is completely open to the southwest, so possibly if the wind was from some other direction, I suppose. And the other is both very small and very popular. But since we're kind of wasting time and we're here, we'll check them out. The forecast does say there should be some wind starting late this morning. So I'm hoping that we will get to sail across East Penobscot Bay over towards Vinalhaven Island, but that would be a little later. It's about 20 minutes after 10, and we have completed messing around with our tour of harbors on the west coast of Haut. Yeah, I'm not sure I'll ever be staying in either of those. The second one is called Duck Hole. I got a little picture of, and it's smaller than even the chart makes it look. I didn't even go in. There were 4 boats in there. So it's very popular. There's some hiking trails in there. There's a ferry that goes in there. There's a big dock. But I don't know where the ferry comes from. Very strange. So we are headed west across East Penobscot Bay. Sorry, I'm looking at lobster pots that I may need to dodge. Anyway, and we have some breeze that has come up this morning, and so we're cruising along at over 4 knots. So that's good. The forecast was for light wind, so this is more than I expected. So now I kind of have to figure out where I'm going. I had a relatively close destination in mind near Hurricane Island on Vinalhaven. But if things continue this way, I may go all the way across to some islands. Muscle Shoal, I think it's over in Muscle Shoal Channel area, if I'm remembering that name correctly. But over on the mainland. So we'll see how things unfold. It's about 20 after 11 now, and conditions have changed, and not for the better. So the wind has tapered way off. We're doing less than 2 knots now, still crossing East Penobscot Bay. But we are moving, so I'm not going to start the outboard, at least yet. So it's about 12:30 now, and after slatting around for, well, however long it's been, we did get a little bit of breeze back. Now the forecast was southeast this morning, and then south maybe this afternoon, and the breeze we've got now is southwest. Of course. So, still not sure what we're going to do. Probably not going to go all the way across to Muscle Ridge Channel. I'm pretty sure that's the name. Anyway, so something closer probably. But we'll have to see if this wind really means it, and if I can get out of this bunch of rocks. I'm surprised I didn't have to start the engine, because usually what happens in this kind of situation is I'd be content to just sit and drift for a while, but I always seem to drift up towards some rocks someplace. But this time I didn't, and now that we have some way on, I should be able to avoid them, I think. It's a bit after 2 o'clock, and we've just turned the corner around the bunch of islands that are down at the southern tip off Vinalhaven Island. most notably Hurricane Island. We've on the last trip we sailed in through Hurricane Sound, which is on one side of Hurricane Island. We're going to be on the other side, the ocean side of Hurricane Island. And I don't think I've been through this section of the world before. The chart shows some pretty narrow passages. Usually these look wider in real life than they do on the chart. We'll see. So the wind has continued. It did gust occasionally, but mostly it's been pretty calm. Still southwest, which is okay now that we're going mostly north. So it's about 3:30, and we are anchored in a little group of islands called the White Islands, which is just a couple of the many little islands that are off the southwest and west coast of Vinalhaven Island. Haven't been in this particular anchorage before. It's actually a pretty popular area, although we're not in the most popular part of the popular area, because the chart says it's pretty shallow. Actually, I found it was significantly deeper than what the chart said, which I consider unfortunate, but I'll have to put out more anchor road than I usually do. So we're not all squared away yet, but I'm gonna sit down. I don't know if you've noticed, I stand most of the day when I'm out here. So I'm gonna take a break and sit down, have my afternoon beer, see what's happening in the world. Well, I've finally done it. I forgot. The camera might make it look like it's pretty light out, but it's not, and it's way too dark down on the settee where I do the chart for it to come out. Well, I apologize, and perhaps I'll be able to make it up tomorrow and do the chart and the harbor look around. It's a lovely harbor. Well, it's not much of a harbor, but it is lovely anyway. So that'll have to do it for today. See you tomorrow.